Lovely. Amazing. Wonderful.
Okay. Recording has started.
These are the
Yeah,
people we
amazing.
decide to roleplay with. These are the people we've chosen as our friends.
Wait,
What the fuck? What are these people?
You know it.
Hello.
We're
Your voice sounded all nice when you talked.
we're definitely all normal here.
Alright, everyone.
That fit the Q criteria of Q
Couple of announcements.
Are we
for
normal?
today?
No.
Jiggly keys. Jiggly keys.
Come on, pay attention so we can agilize this.
So we have I am brain farting immediately.
Nice.
You got this, man.
Reminder.
Class. A reminder.
Go to the
A
admin call.
morph.
Thank you. I appreciate you. If you need to get a hold of us, our system does ping us to let us know you need somebody, but we still haven't figured out how to do the teleport from different map locations, and we cannot see where you're at from our admin side thing. So we ask that if you are in need of an admin, please just jump in an admin call and ask one of us to come to you so we know where to find you at.
Okay.
So just for our ease, it's a little hard for us to find you. We have realized over the past few days we get the ping, but we can't find you sometimes. That's why it takes a while.
A lot of you going to be hitting corners.
Yeah.
It's a nice map.
For those of you who are going to be starting at Voldras's office or to go to Voldras's office in the morning, you've been told in advance you're supposed to be meeting there this morning, but you don't have to immediately be there, so you can handle your first morning business, but then once you're finished with that, you can go to Voldras's office. I think a number of you already have some stuff set up for DM side things for the morning, but if any of you come up with stuff, please just keep making sure we let the DMs know. If something you want something done with a DM, we need to plan it kind of a little in advance. So I do prefer we get told in advance because we have had a lot of last minute the past few weeks, and it does bog us down for our planning. So please, if you have something you want to do, we want to do it with you. Just give us some notice so we can put it into the schedule properly. Any questions? No? Wonderful. Good. Am I missing anything?
The video.
Good.
The video.
Oh, I have one.
The video.
The opening.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that.
If you haven't seen it already. Oh, what?
Your silence question first.
No, it was that. It was that. It was that. Go. It was that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you haven't seen it already, Sugi is wonderful. A lot of you participated in it. There is our opening for the Eden Loss. The first opening is up. It is in the announcements. It's wonderful. It's amazing. A lot of work went into that. If you want to use that for the opening of the of your roleplay, I will ring the bell once, play the opening so that I can kind of be synced, and I'll give you a few seconds between it ending on my end, and then I'll start the episode. That way, those of you who want to play it can play it and let it run and kind of be synced for start. Does that work for everybody?
It works for me.
All right. In that case, everyone, to your places. And if you have anything else, jump into admin and ask us.
Starting at the hospital.
Never. Before you disappear. Where are you guys starting? Because I am on your guys' protection detail.
We will be starting in the hospital.
Okay, we're gonna start out here today. Lastly, I have been playing a lot of Genshin because the new 5.0 update's been great. And the music is fantastic. So we're going to listen to the Genshin 5.0 soundtrack. It's not going to be thematic really all that much, but fuck it. I like it. So we're going to play it, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to get DMCA dinged. I've never been DMCA dinged for a Genshin video, So, or Genshin music. So that's what we're gonna go with. That's what we're hearing right now. I hope my chat didn't freeze, right? Okay, there we go. I think that did freeze for a second. It's weird. Well, hopefully my fucking chat doesn't freeze again. Yeah. We'll see how much we have stuff. And that's really why I hope my headache doesn't get worse, because we have stuff today. Imagine Paz raisin milking. That's so gross. I saw a video today of a camel being milked. Well, okay. It wasn't about it. It just had a camel that was being milked because some guy was making cheese out of a camel, or camel milk, and he was just like, "Yep, that's camel milk." Did you see that video as well, Moon? Uh-oh. 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 Help! Older man! Needs help! Okay. The other thing that we have, and the reason why we are going to start out today, is because... Put this in the world. Let's start out with that. I've been looking at this on how to do stuff, but I'm gonna need the video, so that's gonna go and happen. Maybe I want to look down. Maybe we'll put it down here instead, so I can look down, see what's going on. Okay, that might be better. We'll see if anyone comes out. Have you guys seen the anime intro? The Eden Lost intro that Sugar made? I posted it in Discord earlier this week. I was thinking of playing that as we got started. But I don't have it set up to be playing in OBS, so. Also, I'm a little worried about DMCA song for that because I believe that uses an anime OP song. And those tend to get slapped very fast. Does, yeah. So that's my one worry about it. What's up, Daver? Daver, if you guys need somebody for your Borderlands stuff, I'm all for it. Although it sounds like you guys are probably going to be doing it before I get out of work, but if y'all need a fourth for any of them, I'm more than happy to jump into some Borderlands, but not demanding anything. Just let you know if you happen to need or want one. Hey. No, it's not a ritual. Yeah, because I think it's the Eureka 7 opening. Because I know that the entire OP was modeled after that. Sounds like Urban's maybe considering someone like Sue might be interested. Yeah, sure. Show. Okay. I think that was the thing to start it. So, here we go. We're not doing the one for arthritis, though, okay? We'll leave the song on because I'm not going to have this... Oh, they do this like really weird thing where they're like fucking walking around and like smiling, and it was so weird. Anyway, let's do it from here. Okay, so start out with this, right? I know you do this. And I know the point in Tai Chi is to do everything super slow. Okay. Pretty easy. Mm-hmm. Fuck. What? Why did... I am so confused. I don't think we have class yet. I think that just signals that the school is open. Does the 3 bells mean that class is starting or that the school is open?
RP start, I believe.
Oh, okay, because it rang once and then it rang 3 times, so I'm very confused.
I'm not sure. Oh,
I'm gonna guess it's just RP starting. Okay. Does anybody else? I know we I guess it was supposed to be do this one. And then we turn like this. Yeah. Go back. And we'll go like this. Turn. This. The hand. Want to do mahjong? Dude, mahjong is so fucking complicated. I can't. I've like heard mahjong stuff, and I'm just like, fuck that. It's like learning fucking quadratic equations. Oh, I'm sure you do. Honestly, the fun part about this is probably going to be good for me too. I ain't the young sprite chicken I once was. I'm just curious if anybody's gonna come by and watch this or see it and say something. In this video, there's this like old white guy on somebody's watching on the side, and he's just so fucking funny. doing the wrong. I'm doing the wrong leg, aren't I? Ooh, it's a little unstable. They're like leaning back though. They're like shifting their entire body weight. Wait, I'm still doing the wrong fucking one. Just fucking like left. Just didn't say anything. Just left. What? Oh, ankle, toe. Bring an Opal. There's a lot on her mind. Yeah, I was hoping she'd say something. Okay. I think that's good. I think we'll I don't think anybody else is gonna come around. Do we just want to go through it one more time? See if anybody comes down? There are a few people around there. Change location? No, this is where I want to do it. Because I don't want it to be like... Maybe I do it in like the little like square over there. Because I don't want it to be like in the middle of everything, right? But I do want to okay, I think next time we'll do it in the square. Whatever, park, square, whatever that is. We'll do it there next time. Because I essentially I want it to be like not in the middle of everything, but like just close enough to stuff where if somebody wants to be like, oh, what are you doing? Then we can have an engagement there. But yes, I was hoping that more people come down to the docks, although I think there's just a lot of shit going on in the morning right now. So I think a lot of people are preoccupied. All right, let's do this one more time though. Now that we've gone through it once. You know, Genshin and Hoyo does not need to go as hard in their music as they do. You find it for a while if you started doing that in doing class of that too? Well, there's a reason why I'm kind of doing this now so that I can get used to it. Because you guys might see some stuff later today. There won't be a class because once again, Paz is not an instructor, as we so clearly say.
What Paz do?
Hello. Welcome.
Morning, Paz.
Yes. Oh, just some exercises in the morning. Nice and simple ones.
Like stretch.
Perhaps a little bit. It is more of... What would be the best way to describe this? It is like a meditative stretching. Something that allows you to calm your mind at the same time that you are getting better circulation.
Meditative stretching?
Yes. Do you know what meditation is?
Ukulele. Do lots.
Well, the purpose of this is to move slowly. You see, every motion is deliberate. You could do all of this fast, but you slow everything down. You wish to learn a little?
Flow like water.
You know what? You're not quite wrong. Eventually, you start getting into movements that almost feels fluid. It is like you're moving like a wave. Your whole body shifts
So, perhaps not so much unlike water, yes.
Good for foci?
Well, you have water, which tends to be a calmer one. But, dare I say, there is never a wrong thing to have your mind a little bit more cleared. The better chance you have to, well, what's the word? Concentrate and be one with your core, the more likely it is that you'll be able to synchronize with it, bringing out its potential and yours as well. How is your relationship with your core?
Ekulila unsure. Not much happen.
Well, do you feel it pushing back at you? Do you feel it overwhelming? Or do you feel a lack of anything?
Ekulila do what books say. Books say. Close eyes. No fault. Focus on. Focus on core.
And?
Ekulila no feel.
Well, do you want to try moving like water and see if it helps any? And I know you can't just jump in the water and swim around, but I like to think of that as almost disturbing the water. Water is in its natural state. Like this. Perhaps there is current. Perhaps there is nothing. Perhaps it is calm. Perhaps it is raging storms, seas, and high waves. But it is all natural. Something swimming through it. Well, you are disturbing the water. Yes, if you think about it. You are forcing yourself to move through it. You force it to spread and mold around you. So you are moving in water. You are not quite moving like water.
Ekulila swim in water. Move like water? Different?
I'll be honest here. Water cores are not my forte. These are just some thoughts of an old man who has seen a lot.
Ekulila, watch Paz, meditate, learn from Paz.
Sure. I plan to be out here or around here for the next foreseeable time. I have gotten out of practice a little bit, you see. It's about damn time I get the blood flowing again. Oh, perhaps this is only for the old folk, but I think it could be helpful to some. It will not help everyone, but to some. Hmm.
Any help? Good help.
Yes. Yes, I think so too. That is why we are here. To help you all. It is almost like a little dance sometimes. Hmm. The key is to be as slow and deliberate as possible, without it being unnatural. You turn, it should be smooth. Do you know what martial arts are?
Ukulele. Here. Not do.
I believe this was invented for the purpose of martial artist warm-ups, you see.
Move
Meant-
slow. Warm up for fighting.
Not quite for fighting. More to keep the body nice and limber. Oh, back in my day, UQ, I was spry as a fiddle. Now, well, I have good days and I have bad days.
Paz have bad day.
Sometimes, EQ. Just getting out of the bed in the morning is troublesome. But it is not my time yet, EQ. To put down the things that I feel must be done.
have much to do?
Yes. Yes. For you. And for those of you who have come now.
As have much knowledge.
And I must put it to use. While I still can. I could give up and go into retirement if I really wanted to.
As might book if retire, pass knowledge that way.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should. Write all the things down. But will that be better waste of use of my time than to go forth with the things that are more relevant right now while I still can?
I can't help but feel like during in the dark, right there, it's so promising, you know? The opportunity ever arose. Near the water, away from the land.
It is not available to the public yet.
If I still can move, and I still can do the things that I can usually do,
No, that seems very ideal indeed.
even if not every day,
Elder sisters is very
well,
I am sure his is very magnificent.
I might as well, yes.
Professor Death has a love of aesthetic. He's got the attire for it. He composes himself well.
Just like it is your duty to do the things that you are being taught to do now. It is mine to make sure that you are all as prepared for it as possible. If I did not, I do not believe I could forgive myself.
He's good at it, to be honest.
He is a very educated man.
That he is. Very well learned and experienced.
I'm not sure if you knew, but your core was glowing.
It glow?
Yes. And you were moving. So, same time tomorrow.
More tomorrow?
Perhaps a storyteller
Some kind of observation.
to connect to the real between
If you wish.
Ukulele will do.
Very good.
Perhaps.
I will be here.
Not my expertise.
It is something different, at least. I find that sitting in one place to meditate is a little boring.
fortified to merely be
You see, you're supposed to sit there and clear your mind of all thoughts, but really,
Observation post.
how doable is that? But if you are focused on movement, on what comes next from one step to another,
that would make sense.
well,
Especially with
Perhaps
think it can help clear your mind a little bit better.
Yeah, out there on the mountaintops.
Hmm.
A first point before
Ikulala, focus on
the city itself.
slow,
You see the bridge?
calm movement. Hmm.
Yes,
I can't imagine any kind of marauder city getting into Rheinhold, though.
very good. I'm glad to have you out here, Iku.
Thank Paz.
Of course.
Precautions exist
Wow.
when imagination fails.
Seems like we gathered quite the audience. Good morning.
Good morning, Paz.
Morning. Hmm.
You're the
So,
audience of the view.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
You know, you are welcome to join us down there next time if you wish.
Understood.
You two seem to be
that in
in
mind.
deep discussion.
Aye.
Oh, I was just doing my old
Do
man movements.
meditation. Hmm.
Communing with the water, perhaps?
Hmm. Different this time. Meditate in water before. No foci response. Paz saying foci glow when do meditation.
This time around, there seemed to be some sort of response at the least.
Wonderful.
There is a much larger amount of it. It would. Perhaps the way that Isaac has been training as well with the fields outside the city.
Perhaps it is a combination of multiple things. My suggestion was, well, the method that I was doing there was called, I believe, Tai Chi. It has movements that feel like you are moving as though you were water. So I merely suggested perhaps it could do Iku well. Who knows? It's the location, or perhaps the movements themselves that helped in this case. But regardless, positive.
Noted.
Fucking clip
I
these
don't
kind of
understand.
undone.
I don't need to have you show me your sword moves at the moment.
It's alright, I
Probably
didn't.
cut on his cufflink.
Again. Fucking.
It's quite all right.
I'll sort it. I'll sort
Allow
it
me.
tomorrow.
Well, how are you all doing this morning?
It should be a bit more flush with the scabbard.
We
A
are
bit less likely
operational.
to.
Ready to do the relic thing
Caught on your
whenever
back.
you are, imagine.
Thank you, Hickory.
Well,
Again, you saved the day.
while the two of you are here, I may have something to show
I'm glad to
you.
help.
Something
Noted.
to lift your
Understood.
spirits, perhaps.
Understood.
Enjoy both of you.
Take care.
Yes.
I'm gonna see you after class if that's alright.
I will be
I'm ready
gathering all
to-
you electric core users, yes.
Oh.
Don't worry. I have a little something to talk to you all about.
Understood.
Take care, Rue. Both Rues.
You as well.
We're making our way to the library now.
Sounds good.
Now then, you two have been working on a little project for me.
Yes.
Did you see any change in it last night before you left?
Not that we could measure.
I did
We
not
did
think
the
so.
usual mana channeling.
Yes.
Well, I have something to
It's
show
a slightly
you.
different process than the week before.
Hmm.
Oh? I look forward to seeing it.
Yes.
Good morning, Talus.
Good morning.
Tomorrow.
Simon.
Good morning, Simon.
Good morning, Simon.
Ah, how
You
does
are
this
on a
face in the
collision
books?
course. I would recommend moving 2 feet to the left.
Just stand there for a moment.
Understood.
And I will need this. So, as I was cleaning up,
And you'll see that he's holding the pyramid.
I'm going to turn my voice down just so we don't disturb others.
I'll go to the roof.
So, as I was cleaning up, I've noticed something a little odd. That tip right there is definitely not in the same shape it was before. It almost looked like it's opening a little bit.
I see. That is fortunate it does not damage. I would not wish to damage a relic.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Do you think it needs more mana?
Well,
We could provide some.
I have an idea, but let me take a look at something first. Mm. 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 Mm.
Did you hear the bell go off by chance?
You see, I have an idea. You all were channeling mana into one point at a time. But what if mana came from 3 different sources into 3 different spots?
Like each side.
So, touch a corner and channel what you can into it.
Understood.
Nice and easy. You don't want to overload however old this thing is. And
Gently.
Morning, Simon.
if we scoot the top here, little bit.
over here. Right.
You all hear a deep, resounding click, followed by another, and then another, and another. As the pyramid begins to break apart slowly in several tetrahedral formations, revealing a small metal pedestal, on top of which sits a cylindrical, spherical green orb. You can see an image in the orb. It appears to be a drow man with white hair, dull gray eyes, and deep blue skin. Before the orb lights, blinding you for a second. Log. Number 4. Rumai Lazuli.
Let's write this down.
Temple of Doman. I've been here for 15 years, since leaving Jurgen's employ. His studies were interesting, and the other disciples were not sure if this would work. But it appears that the shrine is almost complete. Thankfully, Titania's runecraft has proven successful, and while the Temple of Oceanus was easier to complete, the Temple of Doman has proven difficulty with its subterranean qualities. Thankfully, though, I have now fully integrated as an administrator. I will keep up to date with the other disciples as we wait for the next 70 years before the planned calamity. In report.
Did they just say planned?
Planned? Yes, we had heard it as well.
Hi, Sebby.
And why?
You watch as the orb brightens again, and then disintegrates into green ash.
No! Oh. What is the material? It is...
I have no idea.
Oh.
There's nothing but fine.
Looking
dust
over
now.
it, you can tell that whatever material it is holds within it a large quantity of mana. Could be useful as a reagent for something else in the future.
Whatever it is still active, though.
That would certainly make it pre-calamity, would it not? If we were to take what it said as...
Oh, extremely so!
70 years pre-calamity.
But then Professor Clink does have, like, his thing. Like, he has, like, a bunch of metal that's on him.
Oh, we must collect all of this.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Allow me to get the other side.
Hi, Professor.
We cannot lose a single...
I will fold up the tarp.
Very good.
It is good that you were prepared.
Good morning.
I will take this upstairs and lock this away.
Ah, is it finally up and running?
You all get to class for now. We will speak of this after.
Of course. Yes.
But
It's fine.
not a word of this to anyone else for now.
You got it.
Of course, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bell ring.
Very good. Go on.
Go
We
quick.
don't want to be late.
I'm right behind you in case anything happens. Like, I don't want you to drop it on your foot.
Oh. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think I'll drop drop it on my foot. If anything, I'll just drop it on the ground, and that'll probably break
Would you
the
like me to
ground,
hold the
but-
door for you?
Yes, please.
Understood.
Yeah, the Star has always got us.
Thank you.
How have you been resting?
That poor sleep.
Good fucking question. It's the first we've heard of planned.
And
When a tool breaks or becomes harmful,
What?
the tool is discarded.
and
You should not
No,
be
no, no, no,
forming
no,
relationships
no.
with your tools.
why would
A hammer is a hammer.
man?
Hi, Sammy.
Probably wasn't just following you guys, like, didn't know where I was going.
Hey, what's wrong?
Now you always know where you're going, Evan.
I always do. It's just this room.
Good morning, pals.
I'm right here.
Morning.
You didn't explode this also?
Hello!
Okay.
Yeah, he's good as new. Morning, Arlo.
Arlo's rain.
Yeah, look.
Morning.
Look. And you can tell it's
My
okay
love,
too.
I'm super glad you're alive.
Everyone. Come on, we're causing
Yeah.
traffic jam.
Okay, come on, come on.
Morning, pals.
What was that all about?
I think they were showing off their new arms. There's
Hmm,
been many surgeries I've been wrapping up late this week.
I see.
Birthday?
Apparently.
Oh, I'm making a giant
We should
cake.
probably keep
Okay,
going.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get everything prepared after class.
Come on.
I've never had.
You'll see late.
I
Wait,
mean, I've had brownies.
do you have any new tricks?
Okay.
Maybe.
We're making cake.
I'm gonna stand in the front. I always stand in the front. Birthday.
Happy Cake
Thank
Day,
you.
Milo.
Thank you.
Morning, Isaac.
Morning, Theo.
That's what you're
Color looks good.
Oh,
Thank
I know
you.
what I'm saying.
Cheeky son.
Slowly, all of the colours of the rainbow by the end of the first
I
year.
think we already are.
Oh, what the hell, Milo?
What? This was the thing.
Is that the icing on the
Part two.
cake? The cherry
Yeah.
on the
Musk.
sundae?
Yeah.
You do.
Holy smokes. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good morning, wardens.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning.
Good morning, all of you. I hope you all are getting rest and your studies are going well. Today we have a class taught by Professor Soul. It'll be quite interesting. And I believe there was a message the theater troupe delivered. Mr. Zafine wants to meet with those who have signed up as part-time this evening in the entertainment district. Go there if you wish, for those who are included.
Yes, sir.
Professor Soul, your class.
Before the class begins, anyone with an electric core, after class is over, please come and see me. This is optional, but I would recommend it.
Where will you be?
Oh, I'll be here.
All right.
Please make your way to the engineering bay.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was just for class.
Yes, sir.
Back where we came,
Onward.
Isaac.
No man.
Yeah. Sorry. You're at the front of the line.
So spacey.
Never known as Talia's with Lazarus.
The talk together. Really, he's gonna come to.
That is why they are not here. They were training,
Probably
and
not,
speak to me
and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Because I will most likely have more past stuff in the afternoon.
Thank you for the info.
Of
Question about holiness. Taking care of things at the hospital. What did I miss?
There's class going on in the engineering bay, and Paz is doing something with the lightning core students afterwards.
I
Wonderful.
heard a disturbing idea that someone had of zapping people with lightning to get them to enhance their natural regeneration or something of the sort. Not an unheard of thing, but the precision that must be done at for each individual is immense. So I just want to have a quick chat with the core users that,
Yes.
well, you all know electric
fact,
is a little bit volatile.
Hmm.
I actually set up one of the students with a dagger made of brass and hard steel, so they can stick it in the ground, and things go sideways. They can easily ground the electricity they have summoned.
Hmm.
So anything
would be
gathered that may be
wise.
getting out of control, they can do that.
Yes, not a
But
bad idea. But I hope to at least
Also-
advise them in a little bit of methods to control it better. At the very least,
Yes.
anecdotal advice is something I have to offer. Oh yes, oh my, oh yes.
I am sure this is a fascinating story, but I do wish to hear later.
Oh, don't
Yes.
worry.
I definitely will
It is not
attend,
that
but I
exciting.
wish to see what Soliloquy is teaching.
Oh, they are all going
I
to the
decided
engineering
to
bay.
use one of my attunement slots to start mending. I may be able to do the process itself, but the knowledge of the construct and how things work together is not there yet. Doing a little out of my focus learning.
Well,
In
I think
fact, do you have any
soliloquy.
books on? Do you have any books on the? Wouldn't be physiology. What would it be? The construction of Soulforged and Warforged? I should check out as many of those as I possibly can.
Come along, Reginald. We have some books to find.
Oh. Wonderful.
And I got to be in the blast zone of it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Reginald, are you aware of That's Opal kind of here?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Simon.
Good morning, sir.
You seem to be quite busy this morning.
Just trying to go through a few more of the old English textbooks.
I dare say it is going quite well. And now that Mira knows things, and we don't have to hide things from her, well, I think things will
He
go a lot
does.
more swimmingly. good. Keep it up, Simon. But do take care of yourself. You look a little... sound a little weary.
Are they still in there, or did... thank you.
And where are you late?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Paz. Oh, hello.
There you are. Now then.
Oh, you'd think I'd be used to it by now, but I'm always getting pulled 7 ways at once.
Oh, that's what happens when you're an instructor. And that is why I am not an instructor. Oh, you see, I get to pick and choose when I get pulled aside. Well,
as
now,
you are wise
do
beyond
you
your
wish for
years.
more practical knowledge? Basic understanding? Or do you
Whatever the
want
engineering
something...
equivalent of physiology would be. I need to know how things are supposed to work in order to mend them in their correct positions. Just like with the body. You shouldn't mend the foot to the hip. Such of a thing.
Grab that middle green one up there, will you?
This?
Yes. The middle one.
Oh, alright. Oh, middle. Oh, right. How do you...
There's this... around the corner. There's
There are many things
wonderful.
about paths I do not question.
I just was wondering if maybe you could just jump really high.
There's a ladder around the corner, but if I have someone tall with me, I might as well put him to work, you know?
Of course, yes.
Indeed.
Well, this one at the very least has some information about putting together mechanical objects. Take that one.
All right.
And let's see.
Would I perhaps bother you to just get a general queue going for everything involved as well? Perhaps?
Oh, let me find the damn things first, Reginald.
All right. I'm trying to go outside my field of expertise.
Take this one.
With the attack. Oh, all right. Ooh.
That one is
I were a smaller man.
general information about Forged. Not necessarily about their construction, but at the very least how they function. And
Where's the gym when you just carry books around?
Here we go. Take this one. There we go.
All right.
That is a mechanics book. Oh, it goes into all sorts of things. Arms, vehicles, whatnot. And
Wonderful. That's what I'm trying to branch out into.
No, not that one. I think somebody might have that one at the moment. That's okay. I have one more.
Figure 4 books to do me for now.
Ah, here. The children's guide, full of pretty pictures.
Right?
Now, what you might like later on, Reginald.
All right.
Robotics and mechanical.
Quite hefty load.
These 4 here. These are all very deep and highly technical papers on academic papers on forged mechanics and, well, putting crap onto a living body.
Oh. Mechanical things, living body? Huh.
Read the children's one first.
All right.
These also stay in here. Everything on this wall stays in here.
All right. And who?
Very
I know
good,
I'm going to be
Reginald.
spending my evenings in the future.
Oh,
Wonderful. I'm going to put
it
these
has
in
been a
the
long time
medical
since I
office.
have given homework.
Well, with the attack on the bakery, too, Viscotti's, I realized that for no reason other than I never thought of it, I guess, I have an attunement slot left. So, decided to use healing winds to mend. But as I said before, as we're walking about, there's no good to mend a rocket to a capacitor, whatever that means. But that's not the way it's supposed to work. So, I will read these and spend a couple nights in here with you this coming week.
And if you ever need any help, well, you've always got old Clink, eh?
Indeed. You will be my
That
secret
one-
weapon, I'm sure.
That one will talk your ear off
I'll
if
put
you
these
get them
down
started.
just across the hall in my office, and then I'm going to see what I can learn from Soliloquy's lesson.
I believe they're going to be talking about mostly vehicles, but might as well listen in.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much. This is
Very good.
a good start.
Simon!
What?
Do you have
Yes, sir?
anything to eat this morning?
I grabbed something from the vending machine sampling.
Very good, Simon. Don't forget to eat. Simon? I will give you one piece of advice. I know you're going to be quite obsessive about this, but tomorrow will come, Simon. There's no need to overdo yourself just in one day.
Make sure I get as much done as I can before out.
You call it work-life balance, Simon. Don't overdo yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you don't have homework, and you might be the one giving the homework. This not the engineering bay? Or does they mean the other one? They mean the one that was across on the other side? Wait. Hold up, what? But they're definitely a researcher who somehow to magically turn PB&J into PB and Pumpkin, yeah. Well, I mean, did he do it? Or, you know. Wait, where the fuck did they go? I am so confused. Is it, oh, it might be the one that's all the way up, actually. Nope. Nope. So I'm very confused at the moment. Huh? What? What?
Much as it sucks.
I am so tell it to them at some point. Well, I doesn't the teleport to people isn't working.
I know that they're in class at the moment.
You need some help?
No. I'm simply waiting for my charges.
Ah, very well.
I know they're gonna have a class for a while, but
Yes.
my orders is to watch over.
And I have to assist this one.
Hmm. Well, if you wish, you can sit in the training arena. It has benches at least. Or you can wait in the faculty lounge. I'm sure it'll be fine with the rest of us.
Think, you're gonna be heading out with them when they go on their expedition.
That I will be. I've already got
That'd
a
be good to know
few
what
trying
they're
to get
doing.
questions out of me.
I bet.
Little late this morning, huh?
Me never.
Heard that one was coming out of surgery.
Ah.
I'm assuming that they've already left the main auditorium.
Supposedly, I heard they went to the mechanics bay.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure, though.
Now, what was the surgery for?
I
Looked
think
like he
he
was
did
holding that.
something with his eye.
Oh.
I vaguely recall someone wanting to make an arm out of his eye.
An
That's what I
arm
figured.
out of his eye, but in the core directly into his skull.
Or to the optic nerve. Well, I'm gonna head to this was the auditorium.
Yes.
Mechanics Bay. Was
The
it?
training bay is over there.
Right. Training for mechanics is upstairs, yeah.
Hmm.
You should see what they're capable of. See who you may or may not be fighting alongside.
Not like trying to keep alive.
Okay, what? He didn't come back down. I am so confused now. Oh, is there a second? Got it.
Engineer meeting? Or you want to set out for now?
No, not really. I have to go that noise might blow my fucking head off.
One moment.
Fair enough. Mine either.
Before they are
I made my way here before you.
What's that, sir? The blueprint? We're in standby. Can I go to Paris yet?
He's not a very good
Well, how's the class?
How long?
It's going well. They're already organizing between each other. And another note, how long are you planning on taking between your little moment with the lightning core users?
Oh, not that much. Maybe 20, 30 minutes at most.
Understand.
I just want to make sure to give them a little bit of guidance.
By all means,
Been using lightning cores most of my life, after all.
It's been a busy morning.
Correct. Very well then.
Okay.
I will guess after that I will run that little exercise.
Very good. Will you be doing that
If
in
Lazarus
the
is...
training arena?
Just a little bit, at least, for the seat.
To those who are wanting to, depends on our times. So if we don't manage to do it in between the school time, I'll drag them to the outside ruins.
Of my candidates.
Very good.
Speaking of sleep, how are you doing in that regard?
I know for now I have both Lazarus and Braga to assist me with this exercise. What happened?
Oh no, I just have zero experience in this, and all the mechanics are together. I'm just saying.
I was.
I have time for you now.
Sleep last
I don't know if anyone else does, though.
Well, I will wait till we get most of you together. Don't skip out on your classes on my accord.
I would suggest you sitting in anyway.
Go and learn a thing or two.
I'll take that advice to heart. Thank you.
I am not fully sure.
Probably trying to focus.
It is less clear than it was been previously.
If you need to tell your story, I will support you.
Speaking of unfinished projects, we still need to finish him.
All right.
I'm
And
He's been left in pieces for a while.
concerned by
try to
the
listen to what you're talking about?
I see.
Then get all over past a large collection of beans. You know it.
Project of yours?
It felt like being attacked, but
Yes.
it didn't feel like it was me.
You have a lightning core, right?
That's correct. I do.
Alright, we're gonna see instruction
Well,
pass.
we have been talking a lot about supporting our allies
Electric
and healing them
cord.
when they're hurt.
Apparently they forgot it later.
Would it not be
He's
related to
saying
that?
he's gonna wait for more people to gather up since we
No.
have.
It has been
Reverend Joe
happening
here,
on and off over the last few weeks.
As usual.
let me know if there's something that you need. Help you with your sleep.
Not quite what I had in mind.
And of course, if
No, I think there's been more people with electric.
Veldris is involved, let me know, and I can
Also over there.
do whatever I need to.
So we
I
gotta
don't
wait.
know if it
for the
should
time
or
being, it looks
not
like.
in this case.
Alright.
He was aware of the starting part of it, just... Now it's... the feeling that being
Perhaps-
fallout and then something happens.
Perhaps we can talk about this one-on-one later. But it is good to learn what you can, even if you don't expect to be a mechanic.
Better to have the knowledge and not to use it, than to not have the knowledge at all. And be stranded in
Let
the
me
middle of
hammer a
nowhere.
point home as well. I, over the last week, have attuned a mending spell. I do not have the knowledge to use it adequately on our Warforged.
Well, I'm gonna
I am
go
trying
sit
to
down
rectify
somewhere for a while.
Soon,
We'll
I
await
hope to be just like
the
Aita.
class for
and
to be
Third grade
finished.
in being able to mend.
Very well.
Same thing with mechanics.
Very well.
Good to dip into other disciplines, for sure.
You know, something about the motorcycles being here on the second floor doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
That's what I thought about mechanics bay being on the second floor.
I mean, the design hasn't changed in 14 years, so.
That just means they are efficient.
If it seems so.
Oh, yes.
That or just stubborn.
No, I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm not sure why I would have seen that, but sorry, it sucks. People are terrible for the most part. They play two characters who collect things. One collect coins and now Pants collect beans. I don't know if he collects them as much as he just has them, you know?
We were.
Didn't show up to their place and goes to me. Yeah. That does sound like a thing that people do. Sorry to hear it. Alright. I just needed to sit for a sec. Hour and a half of standing around. Ugh. Oh, knees. Any of you guys doing anything for Labor Day? Other people who need you? It's good. Yeah, never forget those other people. Even if dates don't work out. Especially if it's like a first date. Not worth it. You sigh, you move on, and you're good to go.
Good day, researcher.
I heard you have been busy.
Yes.
Unintended consequences of actions. Oh yes, oh my, exciting days indeed. That is the very foundation of what research is on.
That's certainly one word for it, yes. I wish to approach you as well regarding something else. The two projects that I sought to propose, I placed them on Valdris's desk. He said he will be bringing them to the council. We may only be able to accept one at the time. I will be looking to go for the microscope proposition, likely.
Very good.
So when the results come back, we'll likely be able to begin. I've also been speaking to some of the Warforged and more engineeringly inclined regarding assisted, given the circumstances of last week. So trying to help keep their minds focused on something positive.
Well, when your proposition has been accepted, we will go through and see how much capital we must allocate.
The biggest effort I'm gonna at least imagine is it's gonna need specific artisanal glass for the power that we're going to need for the microscope. One that, to my understanding, hasn't been created yet, or if it is, it's not for public use. So,
And what you will run into is not as much of funding as it is time.
yeah, that too.
Especially, well, the first prototype will fail, as all prototypes do. And that means you will need to recraft parts and wait for them to get made, and then recraft them again, perhaps a dozen times over. Just do be aware that you might be in this for the long haul.
Oh, I don't doubt it. This is why I'm attempting to get people who are far more craftier when it comes to these types of engineering projects than myself I'll be the first to admit I myself don't even know where to begin with actually making a microscope, but I can provide them a frame of reference and say, I need this, but with these. So, that's where I'm gonna lie throughout most of it. But you're right. At least Hickory and Dickory I know are interested.
Those two are very valuable. Do make use of them.
I'm incredibly thankful for them.
Don't overwhelm them.
No. One thing I'm going to be reinforcing explicitly is if this gets proposed and approved of, this is not to take priority of their duties. If they're able to assist, wonderful. But, of course, their jobs, school, and their well-being comes first, so. Are they still at the engineering bay? I might go and wait for them a little bit.
Gathering in groups. Doing something or other. Soliloquy is teaching them about all of the vehicles they'll be using in the wastelands. Come here. I'm here.
Huh?
I'm closer.
Hmm.
You're fine. You're doing a good job. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You and Simon are both killing yourselves. Calm down. Things that will be done today will be done today. But don't forget, tomorrow will come. And if you kill yourself doing the things today, you're not going to see tomorrow.
I suppose my lamentations come less in workload and more in regrets.
You are a researcher. There are no regrets. There is only the next step.
Suppose.
Every little thing that we do has potential of failure, marvelous failure, or fantastical advances in things that we may never have thought of. And why? Oh, because somebody threw some shit and it hit the wall in the right place.
I suppose the regret is less in the outcome of the situation, or of the experiment, excuse me, and more in I failed in my diligence as a doctor to notify all of the relevant parties after everything happened.
Did you do it later?
I was sworn to secrecy.
Well, yes, that will happen. But keep in mind, without outcomes like this, there is no progress. If you hesitate for anything other than perhaps your personal safety or the immediate safety of others around you, and you know it will cause harm, well, that's one thing. That makes you, I don't know, the domestic terrorist, I suppose. But you were merely taking a hypothesis you had and working on it. And there's no shame in that.
Thankfully, according to Principal Valdris, the results were complete happenstance, as in the ratios were unknown, random, more or less. So, it's not like I could just walk into the medical bay and do it all over again.
I work with
Still,
all the ancient artifacts. Do you know how many times I have personally done something completely random to an object and have it do something back? Well, more than fingers I have, for sure. And that is with objects that tend to disintegrate when you touch them. My point is, that is the great part. When you are able to make something happen, even if it was seemingly random, if it came with an advance of something, and I do hear that there is a good amount of advance to be learned from it.
Adam.
Professor,
Yes.
or Mr. Pass.
Hello?
The rest of us are coming slowly.
My point to you, don't fret. Take it as just one more step. Good.
I'll do my best, yes.
Good.
Who else are we missing?
I'll let them know.
What?
Lightning.
Is that everyone on hand?
Who else we might be missing?
Luca.
I think we're missing.
Oh,
We haven't seen Luca all day.
Oh,
We haven't. He skips class often. That's on him.
He's on
take
efforts
care,
that
guys.
cannot be spoken of.
Thank you.
I'll tell him what he needs to hear, instructor.
Alright.
Oh, it's not a need. It's drab in
It's
here.
optional.
Let us go outside for a moment. Enjoy the sun while we have it.
Is that your
What?
arm?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Let's go over here.
I didn't realize how many people are using lightning.
Oh, sit down, sit down. Come closer. Come on in. Come on in. I swear, they lock you up in this school in perfectly controlled weather. And then you're stuck there until it's almost nighttime. A damn shame. Well, not to waste any time. How were all of your compatibility with cores going?
Sorry.
Everything's going fine here.
I'm about to do
pretty well.
testing to see if it works. At least something works.
And you?
Well, besides accidentally shocking everything I touch and short-circuiting appliances,
Yeah.
fine, I suppose.
That has been happening.
And
You
that
keep
is
shocking me.
precisely why I want to
He's
speak to
angry
you
that I
all.
put it in my shoe.
You see, I am not a professor, as I keep on telling you all, nor am I a core expert. What I do have, well, I have about 40 years of experience using an electric core. And there is something that practical experience will teach you. You see, it is my belief that mana is almost like another. It is almost like a force of nature. And each element corresponds to how that element is on the outside. If you go into the wastelands, you will feel winds whip. You will feel the rain in, well, multiple forms. Sometimes you will sit through snow and sleet. The ground may shake. It may become impossibly dark and impossibly bright at times. But, in my opinion, all of these things are more easily countered. You can get an umbrella for the rain. You can shield yourself from the harshness of light, and you can make devices to lighten up the dark, so on and so forth. The one thing that is more destructive than I think any other, because it comes immediately and leaves just as fast, is lightning. It is, to me, the most untamed of the beasts. That is why, precisely, I always believe that those who seek to use the cores will have the damnedest time trying to control it over anything else. And while many think that it is the fire that will do the most harm, in battle, lightning can be exceedingly dangerous. You can direct fire to very pinpoint accuracy. Lightning and electricity, on the other hand, tends to jump, even when you do not want it to. It is by far one of the most difficult ones to make sure you don't zap your own compatriots with. And so, to me, if you internally do not have the will, but also the calmness to direct lightning where you want it to go, you are doomed for failure. So, why do I bring this about? Because you have mentioned wanting to use it to stimulate a person's natural being. Natural regeneration, as it were. Almost like a magical adrenaline. This is not the first time it would have been done, or at least attempted. It would not be the first time that somebody's heart would explode. And so I wanted to talk to you all, because I want to let you all know that you hold in your hand the most dangerous out of the cores, even if the others want to believe it for themselves, for some bragging purposes. I believe you can do it, but I believe your focus and your mind must be so well tuned to even attempt that the slightest doubt that you have in yourself, and the slightest doubt that you have with yourself, yours and yours, things will go out of control. Now, I have heard multiple times that there are groups that are doing meditations. I would suggest joining some of these. At the very least, feel yourself breathe. Feel yourself. And feel your core while you're there. Hold it and get to know it. There are jokes about cores talking to you. They will not, and if they do, please tell someone. But it is not a literal talk. You see, it is them speaking to you, letting you know what to do and how to let it flow. in whatever shape you want it to take. Now, in the mornings, I will be down either at the dock or at the park down there, doing some exercises. I have done these for many years, and they have helped me control my core. If you wish to join me, you are more than welcome, but you must all find your own ways. Do keep in mind what I said. And in the meantime, I think Hayden wants to have a chat as well.
It's alright, something quick. It was just mostly something to report to anyone who is combat capable of. I'm gonna be running some exercise outside of the ruins. To those who want to participate, you're able to. It's gonna be completely optional, but I really recommend to join us on this. It will be a good way to start putting to test your arms, your capabilities, and your attunements.
If any of you feel ready, Hayden will be a great asset. If any of you do not force yourself. You will hurt yourself and you will hurt others. Any questions?
Do you think that if we all meditated together, that we could regulate each other? Keep it from going haywire, I suppose?
Meditation is an interesting thing. It works for some, but not for others. I will not force any of you to do it, but it is a tool. So if you wish to get together in a group and try such thing, sure. What I would like for all of you to do is, at the very least, form a single lightning bolt on your fingers and keep it there. Small, compact. That is your first main task. That will show your own control. Just a little zap. And when you do have it happen, keep doing it. Hold it for longer and longer and longer. That would be step number 1, in my opinion. This is how I learned. Any questions from anyone else?
How long did it take you to, quote unquote, tame your lightning core?
Not soon enough. My first time out in the field, I thought I had it. I was sure I had it. Back then, there was so much anger for reasons. And electricity just felt right. It felt good. Felt empowering. And then I grabbed onto a monster, and I shocked it. And I did not notice the 3 other friends of mine behind him. It took them 2 months to recover. I made sure after that to get back to the basics. And in due time, I learned how to control the output and how to not overdo it. But I was only a moderately successful warden. I only stood for about 10 years before realizing that I would do more harm than good if I were to continue. And so I hung it up. 'cause I would rather be here, doing all of the fun researchy things. Oh my, oh yes, oh my, it has been a vacantly good time. But you all are on a whole different level. I know people keep on telling you this, and I will repeat it. Valdris is not a liar. He does not, for the lack of a better term, blow smoke up your ass. He is not doing it to make sure you have self-esteem. He is telling you this because it is true. I have seen it myself. So, be proud of who you are, of where you are, and the things that are said about you. And I have utter faith that you will be able to conquer this core. And perhaps conquer is the wrong term. More like coexist. Your core at times will want to do things that you do not want it to do. It will start going wild, and you will feel it before it happens. And it is up to you to know what to do to reel it back in. Good. What about you? Any of this make sense?
Yes.
Very good. Yourself?
It's very informative and actually pretty helpful.
You?
Yeah, I get it. It's suffocating in the city.
There are fields
Politics is one bad touch.
around outside if you ever need to feel like you need to train somewhere else.
I think I might do that.
And lastly, and somewhat most importantly, you, as you wish to directly affect your own teammates.
In a positive manner.
Yes. You will have the most difficult path of all. But I have seen your diligence. And keep it up. Whenever you wish to start testing something, let me know first. And at least we will be there to monitor it. In case anything goes, drastically wrong.
I mean, I'm gonna do it right after this.
I will attend then. As for the rest of you, as I said, if you wish to join me in the morning, feel free to do so. This is not an obligation. This is merely another avenue for you to be there. If it does not work for you, it does not work for you. We are all not the same. But at the very least, if any of you have other concerns, questions, or even ways to hypothetically do stuff that you want to do and you have no idea how to go about it, oh, well, come find old Paz and we will work together to make it happen.
Thank you, instructor.
Still not an instructor.
Considering what you've offered, I think it's close enough to qualify for it. Maybe not certified.
You're teaching us now, technically.
Thank you, not Professor Paz.
Thank you, not
go.
Professor.
Thank you, not Professor Paz.
Call me an advisor at most. That is what I'm here for.
Understood, sir.
Now then, scurry along. I'm sure Hayden would love to have you all in his demonstration. And do take time to spend
to
some...
my arms if I want to join that.
I'm willing to offer myself up instead. You just have to let me know.
Okay.
Hidden, by the way,
No,
is
okay,
another
there's,
great reason
there's
to
one
enlighten
person immune to
cores.
electricity in this vicinity. Sit your ass down, Felix.
It's okay.
Well, the
I'm
thing
gonna go
is,
shoot Moo in the chest now.
yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
To be fair, Evan, it's more so that
Scout.
it's better to test it on someone that's not fully resistant.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Hey, it might change. It might affect you
Talia.
differently.
It's to heal him. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I need to put my arms away since it's. I'm gonna put that away.
You mean it's almost like I'm doing stuff that I wish the professors were able to do in Ascension? No. What happened to my fucking music? Ah. It ended. I mean, there's a difference, right? And largely it's in terms of professors here, I feel like we have a little bit more, and staff, I guess, because, you know, not professor. I have a little bit more agency over stuff. Like, I wanted to do this. Earlier in the week, I was like, hey, I'm going to do this. And that was it. And they were like, cool, go do that. And it's, you know, like, all this right here, it's all bullshit, right? Like, there's no... It doesn't alter anything in the story. And it doesn't change any of the mechanics or get them big powers or anything. But it's like, it's just like, okay, I have a character who's used a lightning core for, you know, most of his life. And here, you know, here's what I can tell you about it. And that's something that I feel all role players like. Obviously, if they don't want to go in that direction, they don't need to. And that was the entire point there. Like, hey, it's okay. If you don't want to be like, yes, I must go do the meditation thing because they told me to. It's not that. It's, hey, it's helpful for some. Why? And we have the kind of freedom to do this kind of stuff, which is nice.
Last time I saw him, he was still at the mechanical bay with Orwell.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go pop in there real quick.
For me, just a little bit.
The exercise for tanks and fighters, correct?
Trying not to
but I'm amplifying it
discharge
to anyone who is
electricity
willing to
everywhere.
test their combat capabilities.
Talk to Jamie. Nobody can talk to Jamie.
We can spectate, right?
I'm gonna go get my stuff.
Correct.
Birthday's coming up. Nice.
Mal.
Well, happy early birthday.
Warden?
They're a little crunchy right now.
You wish to speak with me?
Yes. We'll just talk over there. It's rather private, so.
September 12th. Well, happy way early birthday then.
Yeah, I'm joining. I just gotta go to the dorms and pick up my clunky shields that still have the green logo on.
Better
that
get
no one
running.
attacks me for.
Oh.
In the mechanic space, though?
I'll tag along. Let's see what you all can do.
Oh boy, perfect.
Hey, Rose, we're gonna do some practicing
Yes.
over at the ruins if you want to, join us.
Oh, I was planning to shoot him in the chest here for oversight in case something goes wrong.
Have you shot him yet? What's happening?
No, it's about to. I'm going to shoot him medically.
You can do it medically there, or you can do it medically out there. It's up to you.
We can do it medically over there. There's more people watching just in case.
Yeah, there's more.
You wanna go over there?
support than medical.
Okay.
There were 2 people left in there when I left.
Oh, is Reggie up? Oh, this is sports.
Try and have a word with you. Go do what you gotta do for now.
Okay.
You're not in trouble. Don't worry about that.
Keep tripping!
I just said don't freak out!
I think that one will need its internals readjusted a little bit.
Do you recommend?
Possibly.
Tends to go all inside out sometimes.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like, should I keep myself calm when I'm trying to do something like that?
You've been practicing meditation, yes?
Yes. Every night with Theo.
He's pulling along. He's pulling along.
Hold on, easy.
If you were holding him back, then yes, he
I am holding back.
Okay.
Oh, those
Thank
wheels
you
work a
very
bit
much.
too well.
Well, they at least help me get over hills, but bounce
I was
is a
about to
bit
say,
of
at
an
least
issue.
the bumps won't. Speed bumps won't bump you too hard anymore.
Thank you very
Smooth
much
right over.
for helping me down.
Excursion.
Thank you for helping him
The
down.
only problem is balance.
Hey there, just the person I was looking for.
It's a productive one, little one.
I need you to oversee something.
we'll
I'm going
have
to
to
shoot
walk
you in
and
the
talk.
chest.
Are you doing it at the ruins?
At the ruins.
Cool, I'm already
Don't
on
let
there.
me
Good
hold you
thing
up.
we
I was
are all
just
heading in
staying
the
line
same
and I
direction
saw you
then.
here.
Thank you very much once again.
Of course.
We've been going for
Why?
Evening.
I all know.
Well, the old bones click and clack sometimes,
We're
but
going to the
otherwise we're very
ruins,
good.
By the way, gonna be doing some practicing.
Oh, who's doing practicing? Okay.
I've
class?
I've had eggs for 20 years, maybe.
Oh, we are not the spry chickens we once were, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
Oh!
I have not drank all day. Holy shit, what a lot. Oh my god.
I suggest you start having things with collagen. Keep the old joints nice and lubricated. Get yourself some oxtail or some ham hock.
Keep that in mind.
Make
I
a
need to be
roiling
spry.
good bean soup.
whole class, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, I need to be spry if I'm going to be doing suicidal crime fighting. You know?
Oh, yes.
Do we need to?
We need all of you to be in tip-top shape after all.
The class today was on mechanics and.
With
Okay,
the
let me
events in
hold
the
you up,
city,
Sire. How do you feel
especially.
about
I don't know anything about that stuff.
We need you in your top form.
Motion sick.
Yeah, thank you. I have not been in my top form ever since the divorce. I will try to be as top as I can be.
Oh, I understand. The heart makes things heavy. But the mind is stronger, don't forget.
Was this some sort of?
No, no, not medically, no.
But I hope I could probably ask for some motion sick pills or something, or some remedy. We're gonna be in vehicles.
There is.
So we're
There is something.
Okay.
we start at 6, so we're about 2 hours in.
And not using cords, but yeah.
I don't know where the fuck the ruins are.
Again, I would suggest not driving with Osiris if that's the case.
That's alright. I haven't met him, so I think that's a good thing.
That way. So I think we will, because I think the other thing that will have
Are you
happen.
coming on this little expedition thingy, apparently?
No, sure, why not?
Hmm.
For a little while at least.
Perhaps. One moment, though. Don't mind. Professor.
Mira?
Not Professor, that's right.
There
I
you
keep
go.
forgetting. Did you need any assistance today?
I will take your assistance any day you can give it.
Of course. With, the project.
Yes. Simon has been translating furiously throughout the day already.
Oh,
And-
Simon. Simon's the other person?
Yes. White-haired one.
Oh.
Blue goggles.
Familiar.
Yeah. And I believe now that we don't have to skirt around the subject matter, things will go a little bit
At least
more
in public.
swimmingly.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Yes.
Might at least make it a bit easier.
There
Now
have
that I
been
have some
some
context.
other.
Means there's more, yes?
Everything going well?
Yeah. Hello there.
Do you have a moment?
Yes.
Let us find a place to chat for a second then.
It's on the to-do list.
I've been the highest
Moment of
ranking
your time.
idiot on duty today.
Before you go.
Pretty sure anyway.
Nice.
I think you technically are the only one on duty today.
Would you care for a few extras?
The only one on duty.
You are the military.
Hello. Morning.
Yes, sir.
There's another. Let's call it revelation today.
Oh? Interested to hear this. Especially given, what the Valtores had to say
Did you
several days ago.
see the green orb?
Which one?
The one that had the picture of the elf man scribbling something in some notes. I don't believe. Well, just
Not
may
sure
have
if I
shown
spotted
you
that
is why
one.
I ask. Well, there was now 2 orbs. You see, myself, Hickory, and Dickory have been going through our catalog of old objects, and we have uncovered 2 orbs. One of them, simply a still image of an elven man writing runes in his book. Runes that look eerie similar to that of which we are translating. This same man was supposedly seen in visions that those that went to the shrine saw. And then
Perhaps
today,
this person is somehow involved in all of this, in its creation.
Today we found another. It disintegrated after playing a message. Quite a lengthy one. I can get you a copy, most likely, if Valgis approves. The short and long of it, this was a drow who talked about the building of another shrine. And called himself its administrator. But the most curious part about it, he said the calamity was planned.
Planned?
I am still not sure of what to make of it. But clearly, said, 70 years before the calamity is planned.
Why would anyone plan the end of the world?
There are many hypotheses that I could come up with in the moment of having heard rather shocking revelations. One, it could have been your average run-of-the-mill villain types who wanted to hold the world hostage for power. Seems somewhat unlikely in a work of fiction.
Do we know which, shrine this drow is the administrator?
They said a word that would not mean anything to any of us at the moment. I believe they are talking about a location, but these locations were only meaningful to those who knew it before.
Would make sense.
My current theory, and that which I do not relish in thinking of, something bad was going to happen. And they needed to reset the world. If we think of the ley lines as being important, as shrines that we're supposed to activate.
Aldous mentioned them, but I don't know much about them. What makes them so important?
Think of a canal that is all interconnected with magical stones. If you run magic through them, they become a river and can affect wide areas around it. That is what the shrine that was uncovered was trying to do, but could not because it could not have its magic flow through the ley lines and such. It was backed up. But it begs the question.
Aldous mentioned something about a restorative process called regenesis.
Yes. And so, if the world was under some sort of peril, And the only thing that they could do was to build things that in the future could activate and reform the world.
And somehow magic beasts are all tied to this.
That is something that we do not know. Obviously, they are. But how and why? That is a grand question still to this very day. But what I can say, while I'm sure you've heard that crazy lunatic who runs through town screaming about paradise, what if he is not
Paradise
too
Lost.
far off? What if we were meant to die out? And the ley lines were meant to bring us back? And in our haste to stay alive, we built the cities and ripped them out of the ground, disrupting the ley lines. And not only that, we mined the hell out of them. We destroyed the ley lines largely. Of course, most of them still exist in some form, but if we doomed ourselves,
Seems like the sort of thing people do. People are stupid and short-sighted and greedy.
But I want to posit that this is an extreme hypothesis. Just things I have thought of in the hour since I heard this planned. In fact, other than
If at all
Hickory and
possible,
Dickory,
I would like to hear it.
you are the only other one who knows about this at all. Congratulations.
What about Lunali? Maybe she can see this person. Tell us more about them. She sees things, so...
I will speak to Valdris about it all, and we
never,
will see how we will plan going forward. The message was rather long, and I did manage to write most of it down before the orb itself poofed. Well, not quite poofed. The remains are still there and highly dense with magic. Potentially can be reforged for something in the future. But do not worry about that, just an interesting note.
I've only just begun to understand magic. Oh.
You
Wouldn't know how.
Watercore, yes?
Yes.
How is your, attunement going? Your synchronization?
Slow. It's hard to know what to expect. I can feel something, but... it's like... a prickle at the back of the neck. Sudden pressure in the head. For a moment I thought my hand was sweating. But I don't do that, so...
True.
Can only assume it made water, but...
Do you have a routine that you are trying, or are you just seeing what sticks?
From some previous experience, it won't really happen until you start trying to use it. I've been studying some spells that Dusk has brought up and mentioned. I suppose once I start to use those properly, might be able to achieve proper synchronization, but until then, I imagine it's going to continue to be slow. My arm is unfortunately taking a bit longer than I would like. Designed something a bit too complicated.
Ah, yes. You were trying to weave the Magisteel into armor, correct?
No. No, actually, I don't.
Or
No,
reinforced
I had
leather,
mentioned
something
about
of the
the.
sort?
That's just for a harness, for a piece that is necessary to act as a point of contact. I'd rather have the core attached to me somehow, and in lieu of doing what Marcus has, where he has implanted the thing inside his own body, I'm making a harness. No, the prototype Leon helped me to produce is giving me some problems. Clink has some ideas on how to improve its capacity to levitate, and we managed to get it to actually fire, sort of. But, it's finding these final pieces, getting them to assemble correctly. And then from there, I just need to see what the capacity of the core is, how many of these extensions it can actually support, and how many I can feasibly control.
Well, you seem like the type that will get your thing working in your own way. I don't think. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I think things that others tell you may help you along, but I think you will be the type that needs to figure it out on yourself. There are many who are doing various types of meditations, group circles, so on and so forth. It looks like I managed to help Iku along a little bit this morning, just by some simple, well, they call it Tai Chi.
You mentioned this.
I can...
myself, Iku, and Arlo have been trying to meditate together when we can. In between studies and working on our arms.
It only works for so many people, however. And there are many who must find their own method. So continue trying things. No matter how crazy they may seem. After all, you never quite know what will be the thing that triggers your grand water spout.
I suppose.
Just try not to flood anything indoors.
I'm trying to be careful. I heard Arlo already produced enough to flood a bathtub. All over his dorm room, so trying not to follow in his footsteps.
I cannot tell you the amount of property damage that has been caused by new students. With water cores. Sitting inside of their rooms and then suddenly water starts coming and doesn't stop. They manage to turn on the faucet and they can't turn the damn thing off.
Imagine they'd have to faint. Worst comes to worst.
Oh, yes, there was plenty of that as well.
Well,
regardless, if you wish to continue working on the translations, your help is more than welcome. You have been a great help so far.
If it has the possibility of, well, if what Valderus has said is true, and there's a possibility it can improve things.
We have
Then I
more
want to do it.
evidence than ever that things that happened in the past are affecting what we can do in the future. It is always, what is the saying? You must remember the past, otherwise you are doomed to repeat it. Not quite the same in this case, but still. There seems that there is much to be learned. And the more we can find out about these administrators, well, perhaps the easier it is to find the shrines that we must find.
Does the one who found that first shrine, do they know anything? Has anyone heard from them in a long while?
We have missives from Runewald every now and then, but from our understanding, the shrine is in hibernation. It could only exist so far and had to conserve power so that it may do the regenesis when it is necessary. I believe they can activate its systems every now and then for a little bit if they have some specific questions, but the more it gets turned on, the more possible that it will not be able to serve us for its actual purpose in the future.
Then better to be careful with it then. I get it.
And whoever is assigned to these places as administrators, we must hope that nothing happens to them.
Yes, to hoping then.
Bah, that will be up to a lot of you as well.
You think so?
When you get to your first mission, you know why you are going, yes?
Yes, Valderis told us why we're
The
actually going there.
Suspected shrine there. Do you not think that it is quite possible that we must assign an administrator to that as well? Right then and there.
I do.
And as such,
Valderis said that it would probably be someone that can be trusted to do so. Wouldn't expect one of us.
No, but
We're
you will be
untested.
there. And it will be part of your job to keep them safe and get them back here in one piece.
True.
Right now, we think we are the only ones that know that it exists. And we are being careful about how this information is disseminated. But our oppositions have ears everywhere. And even if they do not know why we are going to a place, they will most certainly know we are. Whether they show up or not, who knows? I, on the other hand, well, perhaps I'm a little paranoid, but I would not be totally surprised if they showed up.
I suppose if I was in their shoes, I would want to watch for any sort of major movements. Suddenly sending out an entire platoon of young wardens. That seems like a lot of movement.
Well, it is, after all, only going to the ruins of Enderhall, one city that has been there for quite a long time. We are merely passing by it. And it is a great time for our new candidates to prove themselves in battle. And that is what we hope they will think. But
smart.
there is a possibility that somebody will watch and see what you do. See what we do.
Best watch my back then, make sure I'm not followed.
Oh.
Thank you for the information and the guidance.
I will see about getting you a full transcript of what was said. As long as Valgus
I'd
is
appreciate
fine
it.
with it. Very good. Good luck with your core.
Thank you.
Honestly, it's funny because I didn't even think of it until I was like right before I said it. But like, is that rice? Man, I have a lot of fucking rice. A lot of rice and I have a lot of beans. All right. I was just like, oh shit. Like that's actually not like if you think about it that way of like, you know, if it was a Horizon Zero Dawn type deal, right? Where the world was going to get destroyed and we just needed to restart it at some point. Yeah, then like Doom Guy isn't like that far off, right? Like he's actually like he just turned the dial a bit past the truth. Curried goat. Oh, I should have to say that. I want curried goat. Man, goat curry. Dude, I found a great goat Indian place with great goat curry too. Although tomorrow I have a couple of friends in town, so I'm gonna be doing a hot pot for like a dinner with them. Cause I make a damn good one. Something the matter?
No, just a bad feeling is all. How are you doing?
Oh, it has been an interesting day. A most interesting day indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, my. Oh, yes.
You seem excited. You seem very excited.
Well, it has been one of those days when things are learned, and that is always a fantastic time.
Then I offer you the opportunity to learn more. I was told to bring this relic to you.
Oh.
Some type of old phrases and words. We have no clue if it's safe or not, but we feel you would be able to read it.
Is this from... Do you know where this was
Oh,
found?
Mr. Gregory handed it to me. He didn't specify where he got it from.
You'll never figure out where he got it from, probably.
Interesting.
Not my place to ask him questions other than what he tells me.
Well, not out here, that's for damn sure. You never know what these things might do. Are you to oversee this?
Oh, now, yes.
Well, let's head inside. Curious. this one. Well, would you like a drink or something?
I'm fine. Drinking and eating is more of a novelty.
Hmm. Let's see here. Now then. Let's see. This has a couple of these cylinders. Not too tall. Quite wide, however.
Hopefully we find it to be something that's not harmful. Last thing I need is another report of how things are being found.
Oh, I don't wish to be turned into jelly, don't you worry. I can usually spot if these things are overly dangerous, but, Well, if I tell you to duck... you can usually spot if these things are dangerous, but, if I tell you to duck... well... we'll see.
Given old things, if you tell me to duck, I believe it wouldn't really help either of us, or would it?
Oh, sometimes, but you don't quite know. Now then. Let us see here.
Well, either way, Mr. Cabrillo seems to trust you. How long have you been doing this?
Oh. Well, I know all about the Cabrillos. For about 30-ish years at this point.
Ah, interesting. Almost
A
as
warden
long as I've been operational.
A warden for a while, but now, well, this is way more exciting. I see.
Is that so?
Yes.
The thrill of
Learning
combat
about
wasn't exciting for you, or?
Oh, just entirely way too dangerous. No. But if we... I see. Well, I can tell you this has a runic language on it. I haven't the slightest clue of what it might say exactly, though. You see this part over here on this cylinder? Inscription. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is entirely way too scratched. What else is there on this thing? There's some weird paper connected to the top of this thing. Well, what if we...
Like an identifier, or a label, or maybe...
I am not too sure.
An identification.
Let's see here. Cautious. Cautious, no. Caution.
Caution, as in
Dangerous.
handle with care. Caution.
No. Well, that isn't very helpful at all now, is it?
Dangerous Dell.
Dangerously, Dell.
Dangerously Dell. I wouldn't know where to start with that one. Sorry.
Groggies. Oh, no. Dangerously. Translated. Well, the only thing I can think of is to grab the paper off this thing.
What if that activates it? Like a pull tab.
Well, welcome to researchers. We like to do these things. Rap, rap, rap. Now then, we take a look here. This top. Good news. Looks like the paper was just some sort of wrapping. Bad news.
Oh, good.
This thing is bulging at the top. Do you see this right here? It's almost looked like you can pop the thing.
Oh. Sort of like older.
I am starting to wonder if this is old at all. This looks more like fireworks almost. Or some sort of prank. Have you ever seen those things? Little, party things where you put one chemical into another and it kind of blows up in your face in a comical way.
Yes, but in my profession, it's a little more forceful.
Well. Don't think it's dangerous.
So the red level has been increased or decreased? You read the word dangerously, so... We're not dealing with a relic pipe bomb, are we?
The cylinders don't make much sense. If you were to do such a thing, you wouldn't have them next to each other. You'd have them stacked on top. That way, if you pulled at the middle, the two would immediately fall together and go kaboom! Next to each other represents some more form of advanced thinking about it. Perhaps not to mix the two. I'm not even sure if there's anything to mix inside of this. This thing sounds solid. Well, do we pop the weasel?
I don't see why not, as long as you know it's not going to do anything else.
Ready? Oh, yes. Oh my, this is good news.
On the bright side, if gas starts to emit, I will drag you out of the room.
Hand me that pen, will you? Here we go. Ugh. Ugh. That smells foul. Ugh. Ugh.
Times like these, I'm glad I don't have a nose.
Oh, it smells moldy. This is...
Mold. That means something that was organic, correct?
Huh. Wait a minute. I have a question for you.
Go
Take
ahead.
a look in this thing. Tell me if it looks like crumbs of cookies to you.
Having been inside of the bakery enough times, yes, that does sort of look like leftover pieces. A little discolored.
Oh, this... Delicious. Caution.
Oh.
Dangerously delicious.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Wrapped
You're telling me this relic
in a
is
piece
a
of paper.
cookie container?
The material suggests that it is pre-calamity, and it has been quite some time. The bulge is just the top. Pressure from inside of it, from its moldy self, caused it to bulge up. Congratulations!
Look relieved and slightly...
Here is a tin of ancient moldy cookies.
I'm sure he'll be pleased. But I do appreciate the work.
Well,
Maybe
they
next time
can't
we'll
all
bring
be
you something
winners.
that is...
Oh,
Of
don't
course.
get me wrong. That sort of thing for the right collector could be worth millions.
You do say that. I have an idea, but I'll need to talk to my boss.
And you'll have to find the right collector, of course, but there are those who will collect just about anything that is old world, and I can verifiably say that that is pre-calamity. Unfortunately, it is not
Let's
a special
say-
object. It is merely just a tin of old cookies.
Some type of indentations, though, correct? Let's say I was to clean this off. I'm guessing it's some type of...
I would venture to say that the other
Or-
inscription was perhaps name of the company.
Well,
Would only
I'll
make
have to get it looked
sense.
at. Well, sent over, but if I was to clean it off and give it a little bit of a polish, then would the
for
letters
sure.
underneath be more legible?
Perhaps. It is quite scratched up, however, so you will want to be very thorough. You could even perhaps have our local smith take a look at it and see if he can do a better job of providing you with adequate tools to get that all cleaned up.
Understood. Wonder if my tools for my armor would do the same job. Appreciate your work, Baz.
Of course. Oh, you know, Opaz. I like this sort of thing. When you go talk to your boss, however, do let him know that I don't appreciate him potentially trying to coerce some of our new candidates.
I'll bring it up in Advisions.
I won't get in his way, but you should know.
Yay, I got it right. Delicious. I was like, wait, cookies? Delicious. Oh. Because I was like, so wait, what would the... Ah, okay. There you go. A nice little distraction. All right. I still have a little bit of a headache. So I think I'm just going to go and walk around real quick and see what's up. See if anybody wants to have like a final talk and then probably just call it a night. We have been busy today, though. Hooray! We're getting to do old man wisdom things. Yay! Are they still out there somewhere? This is the other reason why I don't really want to do Doom Guy is because, like, everyone's just out here. I'm sure you guys recognized who that was, right?
Hello, boss.
Whoa!
They're all out there blowing shit up.
As I expected.
That's our good old boy Cortez. Rock.
Listen, I waited like 2 days sleeping on a chair by his bedside. He can wait for me.
I trust everything has been going fine.
For the most part, Marcus had a bit of an accident. Overcharged his arms.
Well, it'll happen. And that is a bad matchup.
Not like this, Paz. This was a torrent. Could have ended up quite deadly for him and for others around him. I suggested that he practice somewhere with less earth, instead of an entire hill.
Very true. Too much material to work with.
Indeed.
Well, I would
If
tell
you'll
him
excuse
to-
me, I'm going to change out of this attire.
Of course.
Not complete just yet.
We're all a work in progress.
Just trying to hold on to it right now.
It's okay, it's not your fault. You don't need to apologize.
Little steps at a time, Theodore, little steps. There's no need to rush it yet.
It's okay. Start to be more.
Get it as
Yeah.
stable as you can before adding more.
Well, I can keep it stable here for now. It's just the problem when I walk out into the light, it tends to dissipate slowly but surely, quite quickly.
Ah, now you can believe how the light is in darkness. It's like suffocation.
Yeah.
Poor Arlo. Come on, Arlo. It's so loud.
Braggy had a really loud vibration and it destroyed my ears.
I just know for a fact that the moment I step out of the shade here, I just... I suppose that doesn't help, does it? Having that expectation.
No more whistle.
The whistle isn't too bad.
I'm too tired for this. I can't do it. I can't. No, I can't do it.
Also, let me see.
Can I
if
touch it?
Marcus.
I don't know. Can you? Is
right,
it been like
yeah.
it was hurting people? It should be solid.
Wait.
Ooh, how do you? What happens if you?
Because of
Wait.
the core in your eye?
What happens if you?
Well, which part?
I'm hearing fits and self. Is someone
Oh,
damaged?
there was something else that was happening too. So one second.
That's back, isn't it? Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
What do you think?
Cosmic anomalies. I guess that's my
Whoa! Ooh.
in my face.
Careful swinging that thing around.
How do you do that, Kane? I want to do that.
Careful swinging that thing around.
So I think a good chunk of it's dark
I saw
core.
you pulled up a big shield. I saw.
Many
Yeah.
abilities that you may not know have been there.
I got it in the end.
I think I was seeing things up. Yeah, because he's right there.
Well, how goes the zapping?
I tried doing it like more times.
There you are, Talia. Yeah.
A force of nature. Unchained.
If any of you do show innate abilities popping up from your corpses,
Perhaps the worst matchup you can get there, considering Braggy's ground.
I've noticed more of a increase in my stamina coming back, like I'm not as winded as long. Not much
The
I've
goal
noticed,
was
but otherwise,
the idea was have him scare the living shit out of me to see if something would happen.
that's gotta happen with everyone. Is
Tried.
I didn't expect the cost of it though.
Yeah, I know myself. I don't feel the burn
A
that you
little
usually would
shaky
feel
still.
after working out.
So like, you know, that.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
stopped breathing fire, or have your
Reginald said it's gonna be.
Go and take a
stopped dwelling
seat.
or something?
Get your heart rate under control.
of course.
Right.
Yes,
Let you know.
The tremors will stop eventually.
Having rough times with their arms, it makes me so worried about that I'm able to train mine.
Oh, the dark. Yeah.
Oh, you'll be able
grabbed
to.
a bag of grapes and crushed it and bashed in the
But
fucking
you will
bloody
have
mess
your
that was
hardships
its
as well.
remains.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately, time is not
I was
allowing
thinking
us
it
to
was
have
like
that spar today.
black ice or something.
We will.
I will say that the chance
Alright.
of
You do it,
everyone
or you
who
do- no, you're
touches
dark.
and tries to make their arm and core work
dark,
for the
right.
first time is
Oh.
somewhere in the 0.0000001% chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about the odds I was looking for.
Yeah, let's do that.
Everyone misses their first
But I
jump.
picked my. I
Don't
picked
be
one of the
discouraged about it.
at least.
Oh, yeah? What'd you
I won't
figure
pass.
out?
I'm doing a deck of cards.
Yeah, that fits.
What the fuck?
No, it's
I
not a
think
bad
it's a
thing.
cool
No,
one.
I'm not laughing to be
I think
mean. I'm
that-
laughing
yeah.
because that with you and your, your habits you've picked up and your trick is what I'm getting at. So of course you'd have a,
Habits.
tricks, deck of cards.
I've been cursed. with
So I
the-
guess no cake for you.
No cake for him?
I've been
Look at this
cursed
dummy.
with the. Ooh, with the
Jesus
indomitable spirit of a sticky-fingered bandit.
Hmm.
I've been keeping it's less though now, but still.
Don't let it control you.
I won't, trust me.
Well, so feel free to say hi next time.
I'm a musician, not an actor.
You're a musician, not an actor. Yeah, to show. What's up?
I
The
don't know.
duck
what you mean.
this morning.
We'll talk about it later.
I didn't want to interrupt you. You were doing your meditating, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, it is quite all right. Simple hello is okay.
I don't want to eat cake without you guys. Without room
Hmm.
to. You know?
What were you doing exactly? Can we walk and talk? Because I want to go get cake before it's all
Sure.
gone.
It's called Tai
What were you doing? Was
Chi.
it like some sort of Tai Chi?
It is.
Okay.
It is like combining meditation and stretching at the same time.
Oh.
From what I've been told, it was used
Could
by.
you teach me how to do Tai Chi?
Oh, certainly. I'm hoping to get more people involved. We'll be there either at the
That would be
docks or the little park in front.
Doing it at the docks was nice. Like sitting out there and looking at the morning waters. That'd be fun doing some Tai Chi.
I agree. It is. Well, I'll be quite frank with you. It is often more for old people like myself. Keeps the blood circulating.
You can never be too old.
It is helpful, I think, for a lot. The entire thing revolves around very slow and precise movements.
I see. Interesting.
You have the patience for that sort of thing?
Yes. Well, considering I'm well, when I go home, I'm technically a farmer, so yeah. The patience to be picking berries all day or picking stuff manually, yes.
Very good, very good. Well, next time around, we'll see about having a whole slew of people trying it out for themselves. I suspect some will
I'll
find that
drag
it won't be for
Marcus and
them.
Muriel
but
around for it.
I suspect some
And
will
Talia
find it boring and won't return, but that is quite all right.
I say do a lesson on it.
I don't like lessons. I prefer to have those that are interested in something involve themselves. I will give the opportunity for it to happen. But lessons and instructions and homework. Bleh. No,
It
it's
does suck.
no fun in that. Don't skirt your responsibilities.
Definitely.
Think of it as extracurricular.
I already have a lot of extracurricular things doing. Mainly doing Magic Beast research and training for being a caster.
Yes, your plates are very full. And that is why it won't be a class.
That's true.
I will never have someone obligated to take me recommendations of mine. But I am here to help you all. Whatever the question may be. Nothing else. Well, I have been at the academy for over 40 years.
Wow, 40 years. What's that building over there? I'm genuinely really curious about it, but no one's told me.
Well, it's more or less all the governmental administration. Every piece of bureaucracy you can possibly think of in one place.
Oh, okay.
I believe it may also house some communications. That's why it's highest up there. Antennas and such.
But I think right now, I think we're good. She's just.
Oh, okay.
One of us has lost something so major.
I will agree, it looks more
That makes sense.
ominous than it needs to be.
Yeah, it does. Because I thought that was our building, but then when me and Rue were walking back, we noticed, or while we were walking to school, it wasn't our building. It was another building. So then it got us confused.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to ask.
Listen. You don't want to go there. It's a pain in the ass to find anything. You have to sit through line after line. Do you know they have a line so you can get into another line?
Oh. That's awful.
You get in a line downstairs so that you can give them a piece of paper that tells you where you need to go to wait in your next line. And then you repeat it, going... And what doesn't make any sense is you think that it would be floor 1, then floor 2, then floor 3. No! You go from floor 1 to floor 62 and back down to 37. The whole damn thing is a mess. Don't make any late payments on, like, rent. That's generally where you have to go to get that sort of stuff situated.
Oh.
Yes.
Fun.
Ah.
Thank
I
you,
won't
Paz.
keep you. And do find me in the morning.
I will. Thank you again.
At the very least, to say hello.
Yes, I will. I will come say hello.
Very good.
You might see me over the Entertainment District soon, perhaps.
Are you okay? You look tired.
Man, nobody keeps saying that.
All right.
Yes.
We've joined the club. That sleep has been getting around as of late.
Simon?
I don't want to.
Yeah, 14.
Good evening, sir.
You quite all right, Simon?
Yes, sir. Just resting my eyes, I guess.
Simon?
Sir?
Me see your eyes, Simon.
Sir?
Goggles off.
We should go pay our respects to. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Suggestion taken.
Simon, how much sleep have you gotten?
I'm not sure.
Closed.
Yes.
It's closed.
I was trying to finish some more of the reports during the night, and I remember closing my eyes at least now and then.
Simon.
There's cake in the dorms.
I have to ask,
Have some cake and then I'm gonna
what
go
is
gamble
with the
on
hurry?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, why are you keeping yourself awake?
We've
There
only
must
got
be
a couple of
something
months
driving you.
before the. We've only got a couple months before the deployment.
Yes. And?
Trying to make sure that we had. That I could sort through things, maybe be more prepared.
Simon, do you have your notebook with you?
Yes, sir. I already put most of the notes in the.
Open
in
it
the
up,
drawer.
Simon. Now tell me, Simon, how well can you read your own handwriting? Because that looks a little sloppy to me.
I can clean it up before I put
Simon.
in my next report. Sir?
I'm not asking you to clean it up. I am telling you that you are so tired that you are writing in ways that is not like you. I appreciate your notes, Simon, because they are clean and arranged and well done. It is helpful. That, Simon, we would need to translate that to get the next part of the translation.
Sorry, sir.
Simon, I'm not telling you this to tell you you're doing a bad job. I'm telling you this because you need to take care of yourself. It does none of us any good if you keep on overdoing it. Your work suffers.
I'm serious. You need to.
Everyone's work suffers if they push themselves like this. And yes, there's not too much time. But I need you, Simon, to be at your best. I need you and this brain of yours to be so damn good that if you see the slightest thing in anything that you're looking at, you can immediately notice it. And I believe you can do that, Simon. Not like this when you fall asleep on the bench out here. Simon, you're not old like I am. You should not be sleeping out on benches here because you're too damn tired to go to home. Both you and Osiris worry too damn much. Simon, why are you a researcher?
I wanted to figure out ways that I could help my hometown.
And do you enjoy doing that? Do you like looking through books, finding out how things fit together, forming hypotheses, seeing if they're correct, and when they're not, doing the entire process again?
I do, but
Then Simon,
this
enjoy yourself. Don't make yourself like this. Miserable. You'll grow to hate the very thing you do. And then what are you going to do?
I'm not sure what else I can do.
Exactly. Simon, we all go through the same thing. Don't think that I didn't, well, in my day, stay up day after day, running on nothing but coffee and various stimulants.
Oh, yes, oh my, those were some exciting times.
But I realized, Simon, that I was slowly killing myself. And no matter what I was going to accomplish, no matter what sort of paper I was going to be able to put out, or what grand revelation I was going to be able to glean.
Are you part of the acting thing?
The point, Simon, is to be able to do it as long as I have.
Oh, okay.
And the way you are going right now, if you continue this, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually, Simon, it will go wrong. You will wake up one day and realize you just don't want to get out of bed. You wake up and think of what you've been doing with your life and not like where you are. So, this is important. But Simon, you know what is more important than this? This. Every warden we lose, Simon, is a great loss. But we all have our places, Simon. And it is not just a great loss when we lose anyone else. You have a good mind, Simon. And I think if you keep yourself under control, you can do many good things. Maybe you'll never see the accolades that you otherwise might be given. That is not why we do these things. We do it because it is what drives us, and it is what we enjoy. So, Simon, I'm not going to tell you to go to bed. I'm not going to order you to stop working. But I am going to suggest it. I am going to suggest that you find a way to live well with yourself. Do we have a deal, Simon?
I'll try. There.
Very good, Simon. The only thing we can ask is for you to try.
I'm trying.
We're making great
Worrying if it's
strides,
enough.
Simon. We're making great strides. Simon, we have done more in 3 weeks of translation than we have done in years. And that is in no small part thanks to you. But also thanks to Mira. And thanks to myself. And I suppose that if you were to suddenly not be able to get back into work because you are passing out, everything would suffer. Simon, I assume you know what stress is.
Right behind you.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad they got that all in my system. It was literally weighing
Have
me
you?
down.
Do you know that I've seen people die from it?
Yeah, no, I'm not even. No, I mean earlier with the thing that happened to me.
Those who overwork themselves for too long. Their body breaks down, Simon. may have organ failures. Their liver doesn't work anymore. They slowly destroy themselves. I don't want you to see going down that line of road, Simon. Yes, we have a lot to do. Very important things to do. Now more than ever. But it does us no good if we lose ourselves along the way. And the last thing I want to do, Simon, is to lose you as well. I like you, Simon. I think we have a good team. And I would like to keep it that way. So, you have my suggestion, Simon. But in the end, it is your life and not mine. So think of who you want to be. And not just of what you think you have to do. Good.
But then what would I need to do to be who I want to be?
These are questions, Simon, that only you can end up answering for yourself. I have told you what I think. But you yourself know better than me who you are and what you can handle. So, Simon, if you tell me right now that you can handle what you are doing at the pace you're going at, I will nod and I will say that's great. But, Simon, there's a reason why you had your goggles on the entire day. When you usually don't do that. Which means either you didn't want anyone else to see, or you didn't like what you looked like in the morning. Your work doesn't define you, Simon. The way you work. That does. Well, Simon, I will be heading to sleep. And perhaps only because I am old, and you are not. But I know my limitations now more than ever. I hope you find yours as well, Simon. I will not fault you either way you go about things, but Simon, I will be sad. For what it's worth. If you need any advice, Simon, you know where to find me.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night, Simon. And try not to sleep on the benches. The, cops get a little bit angry if you're not inside by curfew.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Have a good night, Opal.
Oh, good night. Sweet dreams.
Mm.
Damn, dude! What a fucking packed day this was. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
That actually kind of wore me out.
Super fun. 10 out of 10 would come again.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. I honestly, like, this was always sort of my plan with this character. Never to be like a full therapist or anything, but just for someone to, like, you know, if they're having a problem with something somewhere, just a voice for them to, you know, hear an opinion from, and for them to, like, you know, make up your own damn mind after that. I ain't gonna fucking tell you you're doing anything wrong. I'm gonna tell you what my opinion is of you if you continue to do the thing that you're doing, though. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. First of all, goodbye, YouTube. See you around next time.